we're live. Okay, time to tweet this out. No, those are my favorite buttons. There we go. Yay! Okay, 2 people are here according to the thingy-majiggy. Hello! Hello everyone! Happy Camp NaNoWriMo. I'm just getting some prompts ready to go because I found the top hat of magical mysticalness from Camp NaNoWriMo, so of course I had to include that. So I'm just getting some prompts ready to go for our chat tonight. So if you have any prompt suggestions that you would like to go into the prompt top hat, just let me know and put that in a comment, and that'll be awesome. And I'm actually going to get the chat pulled up on my computer too, because it's easier for me to see my comments, your comments. But if you are joining us, please introduce yourself, say hello, let us know, are you working on Camp NaNoWriMo, or are you just here for the chat because, you know, it's just awesome like that? Just let us know, let me know, and oh god, you mute my voice, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear my own voice. That's like top 10 things I don't want from the chat. So I'm just getting some prompts ready to go, so if you have any suggestions for prompts, just leave a comment or a chat comment. Otherwise, introduce yourself. Michael Gray, hello. Michael says, hello, Michael. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. And looks like we've got 6 people here. So yeah, if you're just joining us, I'm going to probably say this like 30 more times just because people are going to continuously keep joining. So I apologize to everyone who's been here since the beginning, but if you're just joining us, introduce yourself. Let us know, are you working on Camp NaNoWriMo? If not, what are you working on? What is your project? What is your goal for the month? Just let me know. Also, let me know what kind of prompts you would like to see this evening. Right now I'm just coming up with random words, so if you have something a little more inspired, please, by all means, let me know. We're just going to wait a little bit before we get started with tonight's agenda and all that good, lovely stuff. Oh, Franny Marie, hi, I won't be here long. Family's coming by soon. Heart, thank you so much for joining still. It's so awesome that your family is stopping by. Like, that's always awesome. So I'm glad you can join us, even if it is brief. It's better than, you know, not getting a chance to write at all today. So if you're just joining us, I'm just getting some prompts ready to go for our lovely little evening, and we'll wait a little bit longer for people to trickle in because technically this chat isn't supposed to start till 7, so some people might not be anticipating it at this point. So we're just gonna give it a couple more minutes. I wanted to start early though, just so we could dive into things pretty quickly at the start. So I can't spell today, and I can't spell most days. Ooh, looks like we got more people. Michael says, not working on Camp NaNoWriMo, but I am working on outlining my second novel. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And this isn't NaNoWriMo exclusive, but I am going to be doing my chats every week this month instead of bi-weekly like I usually do, because I figured people are doing Camp NaNoWriMo. This is a good way to encourage you guys to write and get those projects done. So I wanted to give everybody as many opportunities as they can to hit their goals for the month. And I think also it's just really fun. I love doing live streams, and I would love to do it every week, but I'm afraid that might be a little bit overkill. I don't know. Maybe that'll change in the future. I don't know. It's just nice also to not be committed every single Wednesday, just in case I have stuff going on in my life. And also, guys, if you hear clunking upstairs, as usual, it is D&D night for my husband, so there are like 5 to 6 men stomping around in the kitchen above me, and also my dog Willie has his friend dog Sydney over, so if you hear boofing, it's the 2 of them being goofs together and being silly and all that good stuff. So just consider that background ambiance for the evening. Fly Girl says, hello, I haven't started for camp yet. but I will be editing web pages during sprints tonight, trying to get some productive stuff done, even if I'm not writing. That's good. No, that's awesome. It's good to be productive rather than not be productive. I know that's probably pretty self-explanatory, but that's okay. No judgment here. I'm actually going to be working on some homework for my writers group. We have a challenge to one of my co-writer people. I don't know, the person who normally hosts our writers group came up with the prompt that we need to write a one-sentence story, but she challenged those of us who are writing novels to write our novel in one sentence. So I'm still counting it as Camp NaNoWriMo work because it is boiling down my novel that I'm working on for camp into one sentence, and I think that'll be a really good exercise for myself. So I'm going to be working on that, and if I get that done, I will definitely be still working on my novel for Camp NaNoWriMo. I am working on my book To Market, and it is a dark fantasy horror novel, and we'll get more into sharing all the ooey gooey details about our stories in a bit here. But just getting some more prompts in here, and Alexander Black, master of the macabre, literary madman, and fellow Camp NaNoWriMo participant, arrives in a puff of pink smoke, riding a purple saber-toothed tiger named Sassafras. Yes, I did it! I said the entire, your entire intro in one go, and not stumbled, not once, unless I didn't notice, but I said Sassafras correctly, so points to me. That is like 100 points to Hufflepuff. Fight me on that. Don't. I'm sorry. I'm in a really goofy mood this evening because I'm just excited. I'm so excited that it is camp. I am excited that it is Wednesday. I don't know. I just like this day of the week. I've been really productive all day. I've been working on my novel. I went to the coffee shop and cranked a bunch of that out. I've been working on some stuff for some Patreon special goodies that are coming up. And if you're not familiar, I have a Patreon account where you can make a monthly pledge to help me with creating all the mumbo jumbo that I make. And one of my rewards is that you can help co-host my Sunday writing chat, Writer's Patch. So I am going to be working with someone very soon to be plotting their co-hosting of Writer's Patch, so I'm really, really excited about that, and I'm giving away too many details because I'm too excited, but it's just cool. It's really cool, and I'm really excited to finally be having a co-host for a chat. It's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be so cool, and I might also be working on my Patreon newsletter this evening because I need to do that still. Because again, I've been really busy with a lot of stuff today, with a lot of work, with cleaning stuff, just life in general, writing, and all that good stuff. So I might also work on my newsletter because I got to get that done today as well. I'm not paying much attention to my bullet journal with my to-do list in it, am I? Alexander Black says 500 points to Hufflepuff. Yes, yes, we need those points. And 30 to Slytherin because I wrote an intro you could read properly. Okay, that's fair. That is very fair. Hufflepuffs and Slytherins can get along. So, okay, you've got me with that one. And I just had another prompt pop into my head. These aren't really prompts, it's more just I'm writing random words down on post-it notes that I just think are interesting or could create something interesting for us to talk about. So, it is officially past 7 o'clock, so we're gonna probably just kick things off right away, and I want to, at 7:10, do a 10-minute sprint. And again, if you're not doing Camp NaNoWriMo or you're not doing a word goal, just take that as a time that you have to be actively 100% engaged in whatever you're doing this evening, because I don't have a word count goal for Camp NaNoWriMo. I am actually doing an hour goal. I wish it could be half-hour goals just because I like chunking my writing time off into 30-minute time slots, but you know, an hour's to 30-minute time slots chunked together, so it's not that difficult to figure out. But I'm babbling too much. I just wanted you guys to know that you don't have to feel like you need to be doing Camp NaNoWriMo or have certain goals. Just use that as a time to be actively involved in whatever it is you are planning on doing for this evening. And it can be writing, it can be just creative stuff in general. If you're painting or drawing, I don't care. I really don't care. What I want is for you to be invested in doing the things that you want to be doing this evening and all that good stuff. And it's time for some tea because Lord knows I talk too much. Oh, yeah, and I think I've showed this on stream before, but my friend gave me this mug, and it says, pay no attention to my browsing history. I'm a writer, not a serial killer, which is so fitting for me because I write horror, and sometimes my browsing history gets a little bit out there, so... And I have this lovely green tea with lemongrass and spearmint that my mother-in-law gave me. And I love mint, I love green tea, I love lemon, and I just, it's hitting all the spots. All the spots. I also like a nice chamomile or green tea latte. Lord knows I drink a lot of those. But again, babbling. So we are going to do our sprint at 7:10, so 10 after, with whatever time zone you're in. So at 10 after, we are going to start the first sprint, and we'll go for 10 minutes. So just get yourself situated, make sure you're comfortable, make sure you got all the stuff you need to be able to participate, and then we'll go, and it'll be awesome, and it'll be fun, and we'll have a grand old time. And yeah. So Alexander Black says, my goal for Camp NaNoWriMo is 50 hours. I'm quite behind so far. Holy crap, 50 hours? That's really impressive. That's exciting though. It's okay if you're behind. I mean, I've started Camp NaNoWriMo behind. I've started regular NaNoWriMo. I've started behind on writing goals, and the main thing is that you make a plan and you try to figure out where you're going to try to get some more time and get some more work done to, compensate for the time that you lost. So no worries at all. Hopefully this hour will help add a little bit of oomph to your goal, and it'll all be awesome like that. And I'm just gonna write a few more prompts. See, Tracy Glass says hello Tracy, thank you for joining us this evening. We are going to be starting writing at 7:10. I need to stop saying 7:10 because not everyone is in my time zone. So we are going to start writing at 10 after the hour, and we're gonna go for 10 minutes, and it's gonna be awesome, and we're all going to have a lovely grand old time. And I'm being really silly with this prompt, but that's okay, because I keep saying Lord knows. I don't know why. I feel like an old lady when I say that. Not that my soul is not that of an old lady. I'm pretty sure I was born 40, and that makes me like, I can math. 67. I'm a 67-year-old woman trapped in a 27-year-old woman's body. There we go. I can math. I did it. I mathed once for the day. That's my threshold. So, I'm just gonna get the timer pulled up because I always forget to pull up the timer in advance, and then I'm quick scrambling to get the timer pulled up. So, okay, timer is ready to go. And ooh, we're up to 8 people now. Hello, guys. We are going to be doing a sprint here in 3 minutes. So I finally found the top hat of awesomeness, magical, mystical happiness, whatever we want to call this. I found it. It was in my side bedroom on top of a stuffed animal because that's the type of life I live. So we are going to just mix this around. And bippity boppity boo, our prompt is you. I didn't mean to rhyme, but I did. Okay, so your prompt is sunny days. So, sunny days. Do what you want with it. You can talk about how sunny days no longer exist in the world of your universe. You can talk about how it is actually a sunny day. Just roll with it. We've got 2 minutes to let that marinate in our brains, and then we'll go. And oh, hi Steven. Steven says hi, I'm here. Hi Steven, thank you so much for joining. We are just about to begin our first sprint of the evening for 10 minutes and all that good stuff. And let's drink some more tea, cause tea. Could you imagine if I was drinking caffeine when I do these? I feel like I'm overly perky to begin with when I'm doing these streams, and oh, if I was drinking caffeine, I would just be bouncing off the walls to an extent. Although caffeine, there's a threshold where caffeine actually mellows me out until I hit a certain point, and then I start bouncing off the walls. Like if I have more than like 2 cups of coffee, then that's too much for me. That's just too much caffeine, but otherwise caffeine normally mellows me out. So I don't know, it's part of the contradiction that is me. And possibly my ADD, but that's a different story for a different time. Okay, 1 minute warning, guys. You've got 1 minute left, so just shake it out and get excited to write and all that good stuff. And we'll go for 10 minutes, and it'll be awesome. And if you guys have any questions, just post them in the comments. I definitely peek back to that while I'm working on my writing, just to make sure that, you know, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, any of that good stuff, I'm paying attention to you. So just yell, "Notice me, senpai," or something like that, and I will come running. I am just in a goofy mood this evening. Okay, it is 7:10, so we are going to hit the timer, and remember, your prompt is sunny days. Go. Oh, and Alexander Black says, I thought perkiness was a requirement for the Badger House, which refers to the fact that I'm a Hufflepuff, and yeah, it probably is now that I think about it. That explains so much about me. Okay, start writing. Go. Shoot. We'll be back in 10 minutes. And I'm going to be writing the old-fashioned way for a little bit here, so it's cool like that. And if you're just joining us, we are doing our first sprint of the evening for 10 minutes. We just started it at 10 after, so we got about 8 minutes left, so feel free to join in. And the prompt that you guys have is the words sunny days. So just feel free to hop on in and have a great time. We've got about 5 minutes left, and if you're just joining us, we're just working on our first writing sprint of the evening, so feel free to join in. We have a writing prompt of the word sunny or words sunny days. Feel free to use it, or just feel free to hop in for the next 5 minutes and try to write as much as you can. Just as long as you're working, you are golden. So we'll see you back in 5 minutes. We've got about a minute left. If you're just joining us, we're just finishing up our first sprint of the evening, so feel free to write for a minute if you want. Otherwise, just hang tight, and we will be done in a couple of minutes, or a couple of minutes, in a minute. In a minute. Just give me a minute. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, that is the end of our first sprint for the evening. So pencils down, hands off the keyboard, throw your pen over your shoulder, and then realize that's your good pen and you regret that decision. But stop writing and report your progress. If you are doing a word count goal, let us know how many words you got. If you are just, doing an hour goal or whatever, tell us how your writing sprint went. If you're working on something completely non-NaNoWriMo related, just give us a status update. Let us know how the scones you're baking went. And give me some, and just no judgment. Just let us know how it went, and I can see some new comments just popped up. So Hannah the writer says, "Cool. I never make it to I can't talk. I was doing so well with not stumbling. Okay. Hannah the writer says, "Cool, I never make it to these live. I'm joining in. Going for 5K this month." Oh, I'm so glad you could join us this evening. Thank you, thank you. Yes, I'm going to be doing these streams every week, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time throughout the entire month in celebration of Camp NaNoWriMo. So mark your calendars. Oh, and before I forget, I also will be doing a bonus stream for my Patreon supporters. So if you support me on Patreon, you will automatically get to be in the Writer's Patch live stream, and that's where I do a Writer's Patch style discussion, like the kind of style like the way I do it on Twitter. But I will also be doing a bonus lottery for 5 people to be entered in, or 5 people to automatically also gain access to that on top of the Patreon supporters. So if you're not able to support me through Patreon, you can also enter the lottery. I will be posting about that on my Twitter, so just keep an eye out for that. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of opportunities to be hanging out and chatting about writing and doing these live streams, so lots of fun stuff are in the works and all that good stuff. Courtney M says, "I thought I lost my good pen today. It was horrifying." That is so sad because I know these Papermate pens are like my babies, and I recently bought a new set because I lost this pastel pink in the set, and I absolutely loved it. I also lost my favorite dark raspberry color that comes in the bigger 10-15 pack, and I'm still very salty about that, and I'm not gonna let that go for a while. I know it's probably somewhere in my house, or if I lost it at school, I work at a school, if I lost it there, it is gone forever. I will never see that pen again, but I know the horror of possibly losing a pen. That is just, it's not good. It's not good. So I'm glad you found it. I'm very glad you found it. Alexander Black says the sprint went well, even got the prompt in. Awesome. Yes. How did it go for the rest of you? Did you get a prompt in? Or did things go well? Or did you run into any hiccups that you might need to talk about? Even if you have questions about your writing and you want the discussion to kind of just, help you out with a writing related problem or a creative problem, that's fine too. The whole point is we're here to be productive in some way, shape, or form, and no judgment. Just only thing I ask is you always keep it clean, you always keep it appropriate, you always keep it nice and kind, and if you manage to make me, happy little Hufflepuff me, mad at you, that's impressive. So don't make Grumpy Al come out. That's what I always say with Writer's Patch. Don't make Grumpy Al come out because she's grumpy. She's very grumpy. I need to chug the tea because I'm talking too much and I'm losing my voice already. No! Steven says, "I got my work in progress to 1,550 words total after working the prompt in. First progress for Camp NaNoWriMo. Yay! Awesome job, Steven. That is awesome. Oh, hitting that first 1,000 words in a project when you're doing Camp NaNoWriMo or NaNoWriMo, it's so satisfying. Just crossing that threshold and being like, okay, I only have to do this X amount more times. I can do this. I can do this. Just there's something so satisfying about hitting that first 1,000. So congratulations. That's super exciting. Shannon says, "Joined late, got in 59 words, and used the prompt." Awesome! Celebrate every single word you get in, because I know sometimes people are like, "Oh, I only wrote 100 words," or "Oh, I only wrote 50 words," and it's like, no, you wrote 50 words, you wrote 100 words, that's awesome. You should celebrate it. Don't be so hard on yourself, because not to say that you're being hard on yourself, but just in general, don't be hard on yourself. Like, because I always see that with writers, we're just so mean to ourselves. Like, we're so mean to ourselves. We need to be happier. We just need to be just we just need to be kinder to ourselves. And that's another reason why I do these live streams, because I just want to encourage writers to, like, writing can be fun, and it doesn't have to always be this tortured experience with the single light bulb swinging above you in this dank dark room. Like, that does not always have to be the picture of what a writer is doing. It can be being online and writing with people and interacting and being happy and bubbly and jumping up and down and screaming when you hit a victory. And that's another thing we need to address. When we hit the end of the month, that means some people are going to be hitting Camp NaNoWriMo goals. And I want to celebrate, because people would hit it when I did my NaNoWriMo live streams, and I would, like, you know, jump and do an awkward dance, but I need to find, like, should I do party poppers? Do they make those anymore? Or, like, should I have confetti? It's gonna make a huge mess, but I'm willing to sacrifice that for my art. Like, how do you guys want me to celebrate when you guys hit milestones and victories? Because I feel like we need to do something, because, like, I mean, there is, like, dance party on here, but I feel like this is a little bit too much. Like, although, let's do a Hufflepuff rave really quickly. Okay, and I'll never do that again. And, I mean, bubbles, like, there's all these really cool filter, oh, that doesn't look so cool. But, like, should I do a filter to celebrate? Or, I don't know, guys. What do you want me to do to celebrate? I don't know. We need to figure this out. So if you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments, or feel free to tweet me if you want it to be more private, but just let me know, how should we celebrate all of the awesomeness that we are going to accomplish this month? Because we're going to accomplish a lot of really cool stuff. I guarantee it, because we're awesome like that. And I've drank more than half my tea. But that's awesome too. Like, oh, I wish I could YouTube hates copyrighted stuff, because if YouTube didn't have issues with copyright, I would play Everything is Awesome and dance for you guys, but that would violate copyright and YouTube would get mad at me and delete my channel or something. I don't know, YouTube gets very grumpy about that kind of stuff, so there's gotta be something. There's gotta be something. Alexander Black says, by the gods, I want that mug. Yes, I have to ask my friend where she got it from. Does it say on the bottom? There's an M and a shark? There's a shark on the bottom of this mug. How did I never notice that? I can't show it to you guys without, like, can I kind of show it to you guys? Oh, it's upside down. There's, like, an M and a shark. What the heck is that? It's kind of blurry, but I don't know if I can get in focus, but I don't know where this mug comes from. My friend gave it to me. I'll have to ask her, but it's just, I love this mug so much. This would be a good screenshot. Like, oh my goodness. Yes, I agree. This mug is just, it's perfect. Especially if you write horror like I do. It's perfect. Courtney says, a mini dance party is always a great reaction. Lol. Oh goodness. But guys, I'm really bad at dancing. I'm really awkward. I'm super awkward, but maybe I don't know. I could get some party hats. I mean, I would only need one because it's just me. Like, if I had more people in here, that'd be, like, we could have a big epic dance party, but instead you just have to watch me, and that's I don't think you guys know how bad I am at dancing and singing and being coordinated and anything that involves grace or musical ability. Like, I'm all sorts of dysfunction, so I don't know. Okay, we'll brainstorm. We'll meditate on that. But you guys let me know if you have any suggestions of cool things we can do to celebrate, and it'll be awesome. Steven says, I'm worse at dancing and coordination. I guarantee it. I don't know about that. You don't know how I run into objects when I'm crossing a room. Or, like, if I'm rounding a corner, I will, like, hit half of my body on a corner when it's very obvious there's a corner right there. I have no spatial awareness. I'm not a kinesthetic learner. Like, like my husband, he is an extremely big kinesthetic learner, like because he plays soccer, so he's very coordinating. He'll be like, I pivoted off my left foot and then swung my right 90 degrees to the north, and I don't even know how to describe it, but he gives me so much detail about what his body was doing in like the span of 2 seconds. I'm like, how do you remember? I just go, what just happened? I don't know. I'm graceful. Thank God my parents didn't name me Grace, because that name was on the list and I'd be a walking pun the rest of my life. But I don't know. I don't know, Steven. I don't know. I'm pretty uncoordinated, so take comfort in that, maybe. Alexander Black says, I managed to write one of my favorite paragraphs during that sprint. Yay! Oh, that's so awesome! I love that. Oh, it makes me so excited when you guys hit big accomplishments like that, or you're just super satisfied with your writing. That just makes me super jazzed and super excited. So congratulations. That is really cool. Steven says, haha, we may have to compare notes later. Yeah, we might have to swap some stories about tripping over nothing, because I do that too. Or tripping up the stairs in 9th grade, and the stairs was crowded with fellow students and everybody saw it and everybody laughed, and you're still a little bit traumatized from that experience. And yeah, I'm not bitter about that at all. Courtney says, same, I stub my toe daily and walk into polls weekly. Oh, good. Okay, so we can just all form like this little uncoordinated bubble and it'll be awesome. We can be the uncoordinated support group, and yeah, I like this. I like where this is going. We can rally around each other. I think this will be good for us. Alexander Black says, I like it so much that I'm willing to share if the fantastic hostess is interested. It's from a horror retelling of Alice in Wonderland. Oh, I remember this story. Yeah, feel free to share it in the comments. If you guys have any blurbs that you want to share, feel free to do that. Just make sure. I think there's like a 200 word cap or something. The only thing I ask is that you don't spam things. Like, don't be like, here's part of my book. Here's part of my book. Here's part of my like. Don't do that. Don't do that, because people have been using my writer's patch hashtag. And I guess it's not technically mine, but still, I use that hashtag for my chat. But there have been people that have been like spamming their books and just spamming their blogs and spamming like every 36 seconds using the writer's patch hashtag, and it bothers me a lot. And I'm too much of a Hufflepuff to say anything, but just don't spam. Don't spam. Nobody likes spam, and nobody responds well to spam. Like, I am all for self-promotion. Like, if you want to tweet a link to your blog, that's awesome, but have a real conversation with me instead of just being like, check out my blog, and that's it. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And I'm not grumpy. I'm not grumpy Al. I promise. I promise I am not grumpy Al right now, but just be mindful when you share stuff. And if you share stuff in the chat, just have a purpose and have a context. I guess that's the main thing. Like, have a reason to present us with that information, as opposed to just being like, because like in this case, you wrote this paragraph in the last sprint, and that's awesome, and of course I want to see it. And it's horror though, so hopefully I don't creep anybody out too much. I'll read it in my head just to make sure, like if I think it's a little too much for people and I want to offer them the choice of whether, like if I think it might be triggering or anything, I'll you know, let people read it on their own. But aside from that, like, let's just all have a big old Hufflepuff badger hug, and it's awesome, and support each other and all that good stuff. And oh my goodness, you guys are chatting. Oh, George says, hi there. Hi, George. Good to see you. I realized as I was saying that makes no sense because I can't see you, but I can see your icon, so we're going to count that as it's good to see you. Happy to have you here. I am so goofy tonight, guys. Shannon says, I broke my leg on one step. I'm in. Oh my gosh, yes, you are in the uncoordinated club with us. Yes, we got another member. Oh my gosh. I have miraculously never broke a bone or had any serious injuries in my life, and I think it's because I realized how limited I am at being coordinated. Like, guys, I got hit with a basketball in 7th grade, I want to say. Like, it bounced off the hoop while we were playing a game for gym class and just hit me right here, right on the nose, and just blood. Just blood. And I was like, I'm the kind of person where I will try in a sport, but I know to stay out of the way, and I know to just kind of try to give the athletic people space. And I was trying to give the athletic people space, and the ball came and bounced off my face, and it was grand. It was kind of epic. I get hit a lot in the head when I play sports. A lot. I got hit with a frisbee once. An ultimate frisbee. It hit me like right there. Uh, Courtney says, haha, our bubble of uncoordination will keep us safe. Yep, that's the plan. We will all just hang out in the same bubble, and it'll be awesome, and it'll be great, and we'll have cookies, and we'll be safe. Stephen says, Maggie's singular talent to see the world underneath never failed to send chills down her spine. Since her 5th birthday, an unnaturally sunny day, she could sense hidden danger. Ooh, you used the prompt. I love that. That's just like spine chilling. I love that. Thank you for sharing that, Stephen. And Alexander says, oh, you guys are all sharing it, looks like. Okay, so I wanted to like kind of skim it so I can try not to stumble on it. I'll try to do your writing justice. I'll try to do all your writing justice, but just keep in mind, I stumble a lot when I read because I have no excuse. Motivational tea, and Alexander Black says, in the dark, there were no ex-boyfriends to worry about. No parents who had told her to follow her dreams but shunned her when she actually listened. No bills, no hotel rooms, no creepy bar pervs trying to pick her up, no cleaning up filthy peep show booths, no blizzards chilling her to the bone as she crept through the abandoned building, or 2 sunny days that left her redder than a boiled crustacean. Ooh, I love that. That is setting a mood. I like it. You guys are just kicking butt with this prompt. Like, good job, guys. Like, oh, good job, Alexander. Good job. Let's see. Let's go with 50 points to Slytherin. I will be a generous Hufflepuff this evening. And commemorate. Condone. I can't think of the word I want to say. Honor. Let's go with honor. Shannon says the prompt. We drove along in silence. The sunny day warming the car to a perfect napping temperature. Ooh, that is accurate. The sun in the car does actually create a perfect napping temperature. I support this sentence and find it very accurate. So, points to whatever your Hogwarts house is. Let's go another 50 points to whatever house you're at. We should just have a night where we do like point systems somehow. I don't know how we coordinate that, but we should do something. Steven says the last comment was from my camp work in progress that I will send you later tonight. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, and I kicked a soccer ball at myself during high school PE. Haha. Oh my gosh. That's impressive. Like, to get the ball back at you? Try to think of how that would work. The physics. There are physics involved in there. I would say that you should be proud of yourself because that was a difficult move. And Courtney says, I'm like this weird combo of extremely athletic but extremely uncoordinated in my everyday life. It's really strange. It's okay. You can join the other club that I'm a part of, which is the Living Contradiction, because, like, I scare really easily, and yet I write horror. So we can just be in the contradiction club together. I am talking too much, guys. Guys, I'm talking too much. Okay, we are going to do another sprint in a minute because we are running out of time. So we're going to do a 10-minute sprint at 40, and it'll be awesome. I'm getting way too caught up in reading all of your awesome writing. So here, from the top hat of Mystical Magical Doom, is Wildflower. Your next prompt is to include a wildflower in some way, shape, or form in your story, and we are going to go in a minute, so I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes, and so we are going to go now. It is now 40 after, at least it is my time, so go, go, go. Right. Your prompt is wildfire. Flower. I can talk. I can speak. I can speak. Wild flower. Like the thing that blooms from the ground and has petals. Flower. Wild flower. Just go right. I'm gonna be quiet now. We got about 4 minutes left on this sprint. If you're just joining us, we're just working on a writing sprint and our prompt is wildflower. So feel free to hop on in and write for the next 4 minutes. Sorry, girl. No. No, get out of that trash can, girl. My friend's dog is below me and she's being cute. No, Sydney, get out of that trash. We're so lucky you're low to the ground and hard to catch. No, come here. I scared her away. I was gonna hold her up to the camera, but she ran away because I wouldn't let her dig in the trash. So sorry, no puppy appreciation moment at the moment. Sydney, what are you doing? No, stay out of that room. Stay out of the laundry room. She's literally sniffing everything. Okay, bye, girl. And that's time. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted there at the end. All right. How did it go? Did you manage to use the prompt? Did you hit a goal? How many words did you write? Or did you feel satisfied with what you wrote? Or anything and everything. I actually did a handful of sentences because, like I said at the beginning, I have a prompt for my writer's group that I'm a part of that meets every other week, and our goal was to write a story using a single sentence. And the girl who came up with this prompt also had that anybody who's working on a novel try to summarize their novel in a sentence. So I did that, and I wrote like a page of different sentence ideas, but I also kept feeling like I was writing a Twitter pitch almost, so I also did some practice Twitter pitches in that last sprint just to gear up for the future, because eventually I would like to pitch my story to something. I know there's Pit Dark or Dark Pit. No, Pit Dark. Pit Dark. I would like eventually to pitch my story there because I write horror, so that just makes a lot of sense to me. And I was trying to figure out like what novels I would compare it to, and I almost feel like it's like Howl's Moving Castle meets Coraline. It's got the darkness and spookiness of Coraline, but the world is more similar to Howl's Moving Castle. And I love that because those are two stories that I absolutely adore. So I'm really satisfied with coming up with that while I was working on that last sprint. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good right now. So let's see how you guys did. Alexander Black says, I wrote 2 sentences, then had to go digging for terminology relating to old women's fashion. Hey, research is also a part of the game, so that is no problem at all. That is still important to making this whole writing thing happen. Hannah, the writer, says, I wrote 240, making my total around 3,000 for the project. Awesome! Oh, that is so exciting. Great job. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Alexander says, the word I was looking for, pinafore. Oh, I've heard that word before. I forget what a pinafore is, though. I've heard it, though, before. I keep wanting to think it's a pinwheel, and I know that's wrong, but I keep thinking about pinwheels, so I'm going to just imagine it's a giant collar, kind of like a jester collar, but it sticks straight out, like a pinwheel. Am I anywhere near what a pinafore is? Probably not. Oh my goodness. I am way too goofy. Courtney M says, oh my god, I want to read that. Oh, I'm guessing, are you referring to my story? Because, teehee, thank you. Oh, yeah, I'm really in love with this story. I definitely had a bump in the road with writing it. My Patreon supporters probably have noticed a bit of a roller coaster in my updates that I send in my newsletter of just falling in love and out of love with my story, just because there was just so many elements I was struggling with, and then I was struggling with the ending, and I was struggling because I didn't feel like I had enough horror in it, and I didn't feel like it was being the story that I wanted to write. And then I had an epiphany the other day, and I'm feeling good about it again. So we'll see where that roller coaster goes, but I love, love, love this story. So hopefully I keep loving it because it's about time. I have written several novels for Camp NaNoWriMo and NaNoWriMo, but none of them have felt like the one. None of them have felt like the one that I want to pursue publishing. I came close with one of them last year, my story Strange, a Manuscript, which I am definitely going to go back to eventually, but I realized that the story was very complex and I needed more practice writing simpler stories before I could give that story the level of detail that it needed. I needed to practice more. That story was just too big for me right now. So I'm definitely going to go back to that one eventually, but To Market is the one I'm working on right now, and it's filling all of the just wonderful things that I want from a story, so I'm super excited about it. Alexander Black says, no, nowhere close. Well, I tried to guess what a pinafore is. I'm gonna just keep pretending that it's a pinwheel collar because I think that would be cool. But I'm not a fashion expert at all, so Courtney says, yes, your story, lol. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I really love my story, and it gives me the warm and fuzzies. And eventually I'll have, like, I've been working on writing the summary of my story and kind of creating a synopsis, so maybe I'll create a spoiler-free synopsis that I'll share sometime in the near future. I guess if I did write that, I'd probably share it in a Patreon live stream, but eventually it will end up on my website. I'll definitely have like a little sneak peek of what I'm working on, so keep an eye out for that as well. And then Steven says, Pinafore, a collarless, sleeveless dress, tied or buttoned in the back and typically worn as a jumper over a blouse or sweater. Sounds like something I would wear. Alexander Black, it is the white dressy apron looking thing that Alice wears over the blue dress in Disney's Alice in Wonderland. Wait, that's not an apron? Again, I know very little about fashion. I learned something today. But to me, a pinafore is always going to be a pinwheel collar. Because I'm magical like that. Okay, so guys, we are almost out of time for this evening. And I do have to go promptly at 8 o'clock, but I will be doing more streams. I will be doing streams every week this month, so make sure to join me at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time every Wednesday. I also have my Patreon live stream that I will be posting the lottery, or whatever you want to call it, drawing thingy, the chance for 5 people to join that aren't Patreon supporters. So keep an eye out for that as well if you want to do a writer's patch discussion in a live stream, because that's really cool. Or if you want to just automatically gain access to that, please check out my Patreon page. A link to that is in most of my videos or on my Twitter page. It's awesome and cool, and I have a lot of fun special things going on with that. So yeah, otherwise, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything that you'd like to suggest we do in the next live stream, just feel free to tweet me at Patchwork Nerd, or you can also send me a private message. Whatever floats your boat, it'll be awesome and it'll be great. And next week, hopefully we'll talk more about pinafores and how we are all really uncoordinated and drink lots of tea. And I am officially out of tea. Which is the perfect way to kind of like seal the ending of this stream for the evening. So I am going to leave you guys with a final prompt from the Top Hat of Mystical, Magical, Spectacular, Fundemonium. I don't know. Okay. I have two of them. This one. Okay. So this is going to be my prompt that I am going to give you for your evening or for tomorrow when you write, just something for you to think about. And that is owl. Your final prompt that I am leaving you with is the word owl. So do what you want with that, but until next week, we are going to, what was I saying? Oh my goodness. Sorry. There just hits a point where I start getting really loopy. So we are going to wrap up for the evening, but that we will be back next week. I think that's what I was trying to say before. And I don't want to repeat myself 50 times, but if you want, you can also rewatch this live stream. It will like pop up on my channel in a little while after it like downloads. So you can definitely rewatch the stream. And actually now, YouTube has this really cool thing where you can like see the chat happen in real time and it saves it. So if you said anything in this chat that you want to make sure you don't lose and you don't get a chance to copy and paste it, you can also watch back the chat and use that to get your comments. Otherwise, you can also watch it back if you want to, you missed the beginning half and you want to participate in some of the other prompts, or if you want to just listen to the nonsense that comes out of my mouth more often than not, whatever works. Otherwise, if you guys need anything, just let me know. Otherwise, happy Camp NaNoWriMo and keep being awesome. And as always, keep writing, keep laughing, and most importantly, keep encouraging each other. I will see you guys next week. Toodles!